UNNATI is a non-profit organization started by Raji Hariharan, and she has done some fantastic community work in Greater Seattle area, such as helping the homeless people and the students in poverty with tutoring them and providing meals or providing books or whatever educational material and so forth. And she raised so many funds for the local communities, and she also has won an award, city council award too, for her charity work. And one of the goals of Unnati is to highlight women and women who are successful in their career. Doesn't have to be education, but probably technology, medicine, or any field, and where they have come from, what skill set they have brought, and have made a good transition or a wonderful transition into United States system, and how they were able to contribute to the greater Seattle area, the community. So that's what Raji does, and is so proud to be a friend of Raji, and as well as actually part of this organization also, and helping us, mentoring her or guiding her in whatever the way that I could, so that she continues to do some amazing projects. And this is the work that she has done in these years is absolutely amazing, and she's a great role model for many people, adults, and especially the students also. She's a music teacher, and she does so many other activities with the community, local communities, to take them forward, to make a progress in so many areas. Hi, my name is Srinivas Khedam. I come from India. A long time ago, about 26 years ago, I left India for New Zealand. And before I went to New Zealand, I was a teacher, born and brought up and educated in a lower middle class family. And I had a passion of going to Western countries such as United States or UK, New Zealand, Australia, and developed countries, and to pursue higher education, to know the system there, how the education system works there, and also to pursue higher studies, because I was passionate about the way education is in these countries. And I immigrated to New Zealand in 1994, and for higher studies. Then I happened to land a teaching job, and worked there for 6.5 years in an elementary school. At the same time, I continued my higher education too. I did Masters in Education Administration and a postgraduate diploma from there, and with an ultimate goal of doing a PhD in education or English literature. But after 6.5 years, I left New Zealand and came to United States. And I landed in United States in 2001. I came to United States in 2001, and I landed in Michigan. In Michigan, I taught in a Catholic school. A year later, I moved to Seattle. Since 2002 till 2016, I worked in Catholic schools in the Archdiocese of Seattle in an elementary and as well as a middle school. And I taught mathematics, science, language arts, social studies, almost all subjects in the grade level. And I was also a department lead and also an assistant principal in Catholic schools. In 2017, I started teaching in public schools, Northshore School District, but I started as an administrator, as an assistant principal. And a year later, I became an Asian Indian coordinator. That means to support Asian Indians and as well as East Asians and all the other ethnicities that are not represented in the school district. I helped them to make a transition into US education system, and as well as with the day-to-day challenges that the students and the parents have with the education system, or maybe in schools also. And as a part of that role, I also supported students and as well as families with mental health or suicide prevention and so forth. So I developed a good partnership between the school district and as well as Asian Indian communities, so that we can make a positive impact in the lives of students as they make a transition into United States system, even helping them with the college education and middle school education and so forth also. And as a part of this role, I work in the Racial Educational Justice Department, which is a new department started about 4 years ago. It is one of the best departments when compared to the other school district over here in Greater Seattle area. And we have done some fantastic work, and we have so much of work ahead of us to make sure inclusion takes place, and all communities or people of all ethnicities feel that they are included. So we want to create an inclusive environment for people of all races, all BIPOC, and gender, community, language, you name it. So I'm also working with foreign language credits and so many other projects that I'm working as a part of the REJ department. And I'm so proud to be part of the school district, and as well as so proud to make a positive impact on the people and as well as the families, especially youth. One of the hats that I wear is to be a Hindu priest in the local community. As a Hindu priest, I conduct a lot of rituals in the community, the Greater Seattle area especially. The main goal of conducting these rituals is to educate people about our Sanatana Dharma and the practices, age-old practices that we have had in the system. And also to make sure people who are religious, they needed to know their background, who they are, where they have come from, and also simplify the complex Vedic system and messages that are there. And people often they don't understand that easily. So I relate that material, I share that material in a friendly manner so that people of all ages could be able to understand what Hinduism is all about, and why we do these rituals, and what is the significance of all these rituals. And I feel so happy and delighted that in the past 15 or 20 years of religious services in the community, I was able to bring people into the line of Sanatana Dharma, and they are able to practice, they are able to learn so many, maybe stotras, and also probably the Vedam also, like, because I myself is a Vedic student, and what I do is, as I learn, I also teach other students, because it's important that we need to maintain and as well as continue this Vedic tradition. So I may have prepared at least 30 students, Vedic students, and I taught them many Vedic lessons, and I continue to do so in this community, so that people of next generation will carry on the legacy, carry on the culture, carry on the rich tradition, Vedic tradition, and a Sanatana Dharma. I am also a non-profit leader. So a long time ago, it's almost like for the 25 years, the last 25 years, I've been serving the community wherever I am, whether it is in New Zealand or USA. And I support a lot of students back in India, children, orphan children, with the education, maybe books, clothes, and medical treatment and so forth. And I had a privilege of joining Volunteers Together, a lead actually, Volunteers Together in local Seattle area. This is organization that is started by His Holiness Sri 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 Chinajir Swami, a South Indian Pandit. And we have done so many projects for students and children and adults in India, and the women and the men and who are going through some tough times, either with medical or health or whatever may be the reason. So many areas we're able to help out. And not only that, we also help out the local community too. Like so much of a charity work goes on in the local community to help orphans, maybe, or homeless people, or food banks. And as I'd say, it was a privilege to lead this organization. And we started with about 3 or 4, but now we have more than 150 volunteers. And it is led by some wonderful people, wonderful leaders who are passionate about service. And one of our legacies is we support visually challenged students back in India, schools established by His Holiness Chinajir Swami, and also tribal school, children in the tribal school. And we raise almost 120K every year through cultural activities. And we do the walkathons, cancer walkathon. We support children, students' mental health, suicide prevention, awareness, and we conduct seminars locally. We also have youth leadership programs so that we want to mentor youth to become the non-profit leaders of tomorrow, and how to serve the community, how to make an impact. And we are proud to bring in so many youngsters, like high school students or college students or something like that, or even elementary school students also. They all come in and learn how to serve, how to be the leaders of tomorrow. So I'm proud to lead this organization and have prepared so many leaders for tomorrow. So this has been, an amazing work, amazing journey, and I get so much of a joy by doing this work.